Well, we are now cutting across to visuals that we are getting live for you from Battleground Goa, where the Chief Minister of Goa, Pramod Sawant, is to file his nomination. Those are visuals, of course, of the nomination process that is usually followed when a candidate goes and files his nomination paper. So these visuals, of course, coming to you live as the Chief Minister of Goa, Pramod Sawant, is filing his nomination papers. Now, do remember that earlier on, announcing the candidates, the BJP had said that it is ushering in a new era of development in Goa in the last 10 years, while also ensuring stability. The elections of the 40-member Goa Assembly, of course, will be held in a single phase on the 14th of February. And with the entry of the Aam Aadmi Party and the TMC in the poll arena, the election is expected to be a multi-cornered one this time. Visuals, of course, are coming to you from the Deputy Collector's office over there. So the Chief Minister of Goa, Pramod Sawant, filing his nomination papers. The BJP, of course, has already released the names of about most of the candidates which will be fighting in the upcoming assembly elections in Goa. The Chief Minister, Pramod Sawant, will again be the BJP's candidate from Sanquelim. According to the list, of course, that was announced earlier. Now, what we understand, of course, is that the BJP has been talking about ensuring stability while ushering in a new era of development for Goa. Just to tell our viewers that the elections in Goa, of course, take place on the 14th of February. It is a 40-member Goa Assembly that will be voting on the 14th of February. So the process, the due course of the process is being followed over there. Also, just to tell our viewers, all these elections, of course, are being fought under COVID protocols, which are in place right from the filing of nominations to the voting, as well as the counting of these votes. So, in that sense, this is going to be a different election. The BJP, of course, saying that they are very, very confident of getting a majority in Goa. Pramod Sawant, the Goa Chief Minister over there, filing his nomination papers. He is, of course, going to be contesting from Sanquelim. Yesha is on the phone line with us now. Yesha, the Chief Minister over there going to file his nomination papers. For our viewers, take us through this process.
In fact, now what we understand is that Goa's PM, Pramod Sawant, he had yesterday also offered prayers before going to file his nomination today. So, considering that the elections are on February 14th, what we understand is now that he'll be filing the papers. This is, in fact, a procedure which needs to be followed, as there is a last date on the basis of which these papers are filed. Now, Goa CM Pramod Sawant is filing his papers from Sanquelim constituency. So, as far as now, what we understand is BJP has so far released the list of 34 candidates for the upcoming elections. In all, there are 40 seats in the Goa elections, and the previous elections as well, he had contested from the same constituency, that is Sanquelim. And now, on the basis of this, he, like we've heard, that is the CM face at for Goa Assembly as well, and which is why he's got to file the election. The process is that he'll be filing his nominations from the BJP, and it might take almost approximately, say, half an hour to 45 minutes for the entire process to take place, and following which he'll be able to contest for the elections. Yes.
Absolutely. As you're pointing out, of course, he will be fighting from the this constituency. Now, what we are also understanding is that there has been some bit of a back and forth between the BJP as well over the distribution of tickets.
Yes, that's right, because we have seen that Pramod Sawant had himself been to Delhi, say, approximately 15 days back, wherein he had gone and discussed the entire discussed Goa elections. As of now, what we also understand is that Maharashtra former CM Devendra Fadnavis, he was also he is in fact heading the entire Goa election campaign, and which is where now we see that there was a bit of discrepancy when we understand between the distribution of seats because of there being having two power centers, and which is where some of the seats were in fact, yet to be decided. As we understand, there's been only 34 seats which have so far been announced by the BJP for the election. But also there are discrepancies when it comes to the other parties, when it comes to TMC or for that matter AAP contesting elections, because as of now there's been no coalition has been announced, pre-poll coalition has been announced by them as yet. Yes.
Absolutely. As you're pointing out, of course, two of those people from the BJP who are extremely distinctly unhappy, of course, is one is Manohar Parikar's son, who actually is now being, we are being told, will be contesting as an independent.
Yes, that's right, because like we understand that Manohar Parikar, the former CM of Goa, also is in the position of defense portfolio in the central government before he passed away. Was a tall leader in Goa. In fact, he's credited to have Goa where it is right now. And which is why we've seen that as a mark of respect towards Manohar Parikar, there were other parties, opposition parties, who had in fact said that if he's given a seat from the Panji constituency, and the other parties will not contest from there. But we saw that he was not given a seat, and now he's decided to file his nomination tomorrow from the same constituency.
Okay.
Now, this is where we saw that he quit BJP because he was not given that particular seat. Yes.
All right. Yesha reporting on that. Thank you for joining us with all those details. Well, visuals that you're seeing on your screen, of course, are of the Goa Chief Minister filing his nomination papers. He is, of course, going to be contesting the Goa elections from the Sanquelim seat.